Welcome to the Elixir of Productivity Podcast, Episode 6. In this episode, I am going to be sharing with you how to build discipline when you feel lazy. Let's be honest. Some days, you just don't feel like doing anything. You wake up tired. You hit snooze. You scroll on your phone. You know you should be working, studying, creating, building, but you don't. You feel lazy. And then you feel guilty. You start thinking, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just get up and do it? If that sounds familiar, today's video is for you. Because today, I'm going to show you exactly how to build discipline even when you feel lazy, how to reprogram your brain to take action when you don't feel like it, and how to turn laziness into a signal for growth instead of shame. This is the real game changer, how to build discipline when you feel lazy. First, let's clear something up. Laziness is not your identity. You're not lazy because you're broken, or weak, or unmotivated. Laziness is usually a symptom, not the cause. It's a signal from your mind or body. Maybe you're overwhelmed. Maybe you're afraid. Maybe you've burned out. Or maybe your brain has just been trained to choose comfort over growth. And that's okay, because discipline is not something you're born with. It's something you build. So if you feel lazy, don't panic. Don't shame yourself. Instead, see it for what it is. A challenge to rise above your current state and take control of your habits. Here's the first truth you need to understand. You don't need to feel like doing something to do it. That's one of the biggest lies we're told growing up, that we have to wait for motivation. Motivation is a mood. Discipline is a decision. And that decision can be made no matter how you feel. The people who achieve incredible things, they feel lazy too. But they don't let that stop them. So how do you act when you feel lazy? You build systems that force you to move, even when you don't want to. Let's break this down into steps you can start using today. Step 1. Shrink the task. When you feel lazy, your brain looks at big tasks and shuts down. The key is to break things down so small that your brain can't say no. Don't say, I need to clean the whole house. Say, I'm just going to wash 3 dishes. Don't say, I have to write a full page. Say, I'll write 1 sentence. The trick is, once you start, momentum kicks in. Action beats inertia. Start small. Win early. Step 2. Create a trigger action habit. Lazy brains love comfort, so you need to rewire your brain to automatically take action when a specific cue happens. For example, when I finish my coffee, I open my laptop. Or, when I brush my teeth, I stretch for 2 minutes. These trigger action habits bypass motivation entirely. You don't think. You just do. The more you build these triggers into your day, the more automatic your discipline becomes. Step 3. Use the 5-second rule. When you feel lazy, your brain will try to talk you out of action. It'll say, do it later. It's not urgent. You're tired. The way to fight that is simple. When you feel the urge to procrastinate, count backward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. Get out of bed. Open the document. Stand up. The 5-second rule breaks your brain's pattern of hesitation. You interrupt the loop, and you act before the excuse kicks in. Step 4. Remove friction. Lazy brains are like water. They follow the path of least resistance. If it's easier to scroll than to work, you'll scroll. So your job is to flip the script. Make good habits easier, and bad habits harder. If you want to work out in the morning, lay out your clothes the night before. If you want to study, keep your desk clear and your materials ready. If you want to write, keep your document open. Reduce the steps between you and the action. Make it frictionless to do the right thing. Step 5. Embrace the 80% rule. Perfectionism fuels laziness. When you feel like you have to do something perfectly, your brain delays. Instead, aim for progress, not perfection. Tell yourself, I just need to show up and give 80%. That's it. Give yourself permission to be imperfect, but consistent. The magic is in consistency, not in flawless execution. Step 6. Build an identity-based habit. Stop saying, I'm lazy. Start saying, I'm a disciplined person who sometimes feels lazy. That small shift changes everything. When you start to identify as someone who takes action, even in small ways, you start building a new version of yourself. You stop letting emotions define your behavior. You start acting from identity, not impulse. And that's how discipline becomes who you are, not just what you do. Now let's talk about the science of energy. A lot of laziness isn't mental, it's physical. If you're eating poorly, sleeping inconsistently, not moving your body, your energy levels crash. And when your energy is low, discipline feels impossible. So the foundation of all discipline is energy management. Get enough sleep, drink water, move your body, fuel your brain. When your body has energy, your mind follows. When you feel better, you do better. But what about when you feel stuck? When you've been in a lazy slump for days, weeks, maybe even months? Here's what you do. Start with one win. Just one. Clean your room. Go for a 10-minute walk. Cook one healthy meal. That one win starts a ripple effect. That ripple becomes a wave. And that wave builds momentum. You are never too far gone. You are never too lazy to start again. Every moment is a new chance to act. Let me give you a real example. A few years ago, I hit a wall. I was exhausted. I was procrastinating everything. I felt stuck. I felt lazy. But instead of shaming myself, I picked one thing. One small win. I cleaned my workspace. Then I wrote one sentence. The next day, I wrote a paragraph. A week later, I was back in flow. That's the secret. Don't try to change everything at once. Just stack small wins. And finally, here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Discipline is not about feeling like it. Discipline is doing it even when you don't feel like it. You're not lazy because you lack willpower. You're lazy because your current system rewards inaction. Change the system. Change the triggers. Change your identity. And you will change your life. Let's recap the steps. 1. Shrink the task. 2. Use trigger action habits. 3. Apply the 5-second rule. 4. Remove friction. 5. Embrace the 80% rule. 6. Build identity-based discipline. 7. Manage your energy. 8. Start with one win. Here's your challenge. Today, pick one small action. Something that takes less than 5 minutes. Do it. That's your first win. Then do it again tomorrow. And the next day. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait to feel ready. Start now. Build discipline through action. Because here's the truth. You don't need to feel disciplined to become disciplined. You just need to act. One choice at a time. So the next time you feel lazy, remember this. You are not your feelings. You are your actions. And every small action builds a stronger, more disciplined version of you. Now get up to proof build. You've got this.